Hello. I knew that was you. I'm sorry. Hey, sister.
You can feel me, right?
I can feel you. Girl, you ready for this? 12 years.
I know. I'm ready. It's overdue. I'm ready.
Have you been here? This is marvelous. You talk about artist development. That's the this is what Brownstone is like.
Okay.
That's why exactly.
Sound speed.
Girl. I know, right? It's crazy.
Finally.
12 fucking years.
12 fucking years. But what a difference 12 years makes for me. This really means a lot to me.
Me too.
And I'm glad that we think we got a good foundation of friendship, right?
Yes.
Clearly, because I know coming back to doing the reunion, it was like, and then it just felt so easy.
It did. We haven't been in the same room with each other
in like 12 years.
Oh my
And
God.
thank God we're both still here.
Like literally. Thank God.
It fell right in. It just felt like Nicci and Mo, like our fodder, our banter, just picking up. And I'm like, the love is never gone. Anger maybe, and hurt feelings, I'm sure, and misunderstanding and not understanding, but what's up, yo? We here.
First of all, yeah, it was crazy. Like it's like first, so like, and it's been like a bunch of different versions of like how the whole reunion thing happened, but it really was like some of the executives from TV One came and were like, hey, listen, we are doing a 20-year anniversary thing. Would you even entertain doing like an R&B Divas thing? And I'm always open, like, let's do it. Let's try to figure out how to make it happen. And then when they said we were doing That's What Friends Are For, I'm available anytime, Daniel. I'm excited to work with you again.
So this is my show, so hit me anytime.
Okay, perfect.
Got some ideas or whatever, yeah.
All right, Happy New Year. Okay, bye. Oh, that's really cool. So, Dionne Warwick tribute. Walk on by, and then we're going to do That's What Friends Are For in the end. Now, what would have been dope is if they would have had all the divas come out. I was like, you know what? This will be a great opportunity. Did y'all ever consider bringing everybody on board? And especially since we did the shit. Remember we did it on the show?
Yes.
And I couldn't even sing. And y'all had to come out, and I was just overwhelmed with emotion. I'm like, well, this time I'm going to sing the shit. So I'm just glad that you said yes. And Faith couldn't do it because she got a bunch of stuff going on, and Selena was busy as well.
Yeah, everybody's busy.
But I was really glad you could do it. And Angie.
Mm-hmm. And Angie.
How did that, like, what was that like?
I just, it was great. First of all, it was great seeing you guys, but I wish, hindsight is 2020, because now I have to remember, I really wish that I would have said, hey, let somebody else make sure she's okay coming out.
Oh, when she was coming to the stage, because it was a lot.
Because of insurance liability. Nobody's thinking. I wasn't thinking like that. And I wasn't able to be fully in the moment. So that is the only thing. And I'm glad my first thing is like, I got you. Let's, I just didn't realize the
gravity of it. Yeah, me neither. I didn't either. She told me that she needed some help walking out.
But no, it's more than some help. I know she's had some serious health crisis, but I should have been like, no, I'm not comfortable. I thought I could handle it, but I should have said no. We should have somebody, her handler, walk her out.
Or maybe a trophy lady or something.
That's what I'm saying. Someone else as well.
That probably would have looked like she needed that, but I guess she did need it.
She did need it. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, she did need it. Like real spit, real talk.
That's what friends are for. I'll be on your side. That's what friends are. That's what friends
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's not that deep. But I'm just saying, I wish I was thinking. My first thing is like, I got you. Let's go. We got it. I was like, oh shit.
We made it. I don't think the audience could tell.
No, they could. They wanted to know why we were holding hands at first. Like, why are they holding on to each other that way?
Dang, I feel bad for Angie.
Wow. I'm glad she's here.
I'm glad we here.
We all here, right?
When I sent the initial like, hey, let's consider coming together, and I had like coming together in support of, we always been trying to do something.
There's a reason.
I wanted to kind of bring all of you here as sisters, as fellow singers.
Say that again one more time.
As sisters.
Woo! Yes.
To do something together as a team. So we are going to make over 20 women in Atlanta who have either drug addiction, domestic violence, low self-esteem, poverty. You're free. If you want to do some of your reggae stuff, you want to do some of your She Is Me, anything else you want to do, the stage is yours.
I feel this was kind of a manipulative move on Nicci's part, because it's hard to say no to someone when they say, I'm doing something for charity.
I think that this idea is amazing. I definitely would like to participate in sponsoring
A lady.
I definitely think that's awesome. But let me think about the singing thing.
Well, we wouldn't be the R&B Divas if one of us didn't want to sing. So, but can I say this too? Can I say this as the person who is asking you to do it, Selena? For me, it's just, again, I want to do something for other people.
And I'm still doing something. I'm kind of concerned about the singing concept. It's very sneaky to throw a charity in to get us all to come sing in our show together and for free. Very sneaky, sister. And it's also something that's very fraudulent. So for me, it's deeper than just singing. Anything Nicci has ever asked me to do, automatic. Not so much anymore.
I don't know why I keep fucking trying to do fundraisers when y'all be like, nope, no thanks. But she really needs the sisterhood. Like all of us do. I got $1 million in legal fees now.
I know, babe, and I've been watching, and I'm like, and that was another thing. Is like, I don't care what what we went through in the fishbowl of recording, filming Divas. Like, I know your heart. I know who you are, right? I know who you are. I lost it a little bit inside of the fishbowl because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand, and I'm just gonna start here. I didn't understand what was happening to my friend. Like, it seemed like I got shut out in a sense. And when I say shut out, like just with the information of what was going on. I know that this is something that you never done before. This was something I never done before. This was your baby. Me, Selena, Angie, we were the three motherfuckers that were there.
Soul Kittens.
Zach knew this was your baby, have support, was always down for you, right? So, and you always called on me, right? Always like, yo, Mo, what's up? I'm there, Nicci, whatever. Like, I got you. And opportunity to work, stay in my craft, you know what I'm saying? And so when we got this opportunity, when I feel it started, when we did Kelly's thing in LA, we all had things that we experiences to share, and of value, right? And so when we do it, we excited for me, and this is for
right,
me,
yeah.
Because I want to keep it transparent, keep it on us. And what started to happen, I was like, what's going on? Okay, I started to feel left out, and I'm like, this is looking weird. What's going on? And then the thing with you and Selena that I did not understand and didn't know, and you weren't talking to me. Like, we talked about these things that, like, I was still getting to know her more. She was getting on my nerves in the beginning. Like, there was things that she did that, I was just like, and I thought I understood, I did. And then it just felt like you didn't want to fix it.
Right.
Because I remember us being the ones on
Yeah,
the phone.
all the time.
Like, I'm like, what happened? And y'all was, and I wasn't even around, and you included me, and then we would be on the phone talking. I'm like, what happened? And then you shut me down. You call me Baby Ayanna on camera. I was like, yo, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? You and Faith was never around. I was like, what are they trying to do? And then the production.
Faith was never around, just separate.
No,
like
period.
that was
I know.
Faith was over it quick.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know at the time, so it felt like it was some weird. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. That's where the foundation. That's where it started getting shaky. I was like, where's my Nicci? Where's my friend? You were also in the fishbowl. This is like hindsight. we were all in the same fishbowl with different weights on us. You had the weight of this being your baby, and I didn't know what, and I'm not gonna talk about nothing else, because I'm talking about what I talked about with my Libra at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, did like, what, is it still hers? What's going on? Why is she so uptight? Like, what is happening? And never got, you kind of shut down on me. That's what it felt like. It felt like a shutdown.
Right.
And then I felt like I was in defense mode and trying to not to be like an asshole and trying to keep, you know, the baby Anyala took me, I said, so she just wants it to be like this. And so I was like, what else can I do? And so I just like, all right, well, whatever. And then I'm just like reading and trying to still, hey, I'm still showing up. I'm here. I don't know what it looked like for you. What did you get? Like, what was this for you? How did the breakdown start for you?
Okay, so the baby Ayanla comment, which so funny because I forgot about that.
That shit was hilarious.
But I understand. Like, and I did feel like I intentionally started to isolate because there was so much going on behind the scenes that I believe some of which y'all knew about, and I know a lot of it you didn't know about. So number one, like you said, this was new for all of us. I was new as a creator of a series and as an executive producer, and I didn't know that from the behind the scenes perspective, right? Like, it's a fine line between speaking your truth and risking litigation because you're, rehashing something. We did talk all the time. I was closer to you than anybody in the whole crew. From Soul Kittens, you were one of the first people, just overall, with Soul Kittens, with R&B Divas, it just made sense, right? And I felt like, I think the Iyanla comment to me was basically me not knowing how to articulate. I felt like he was riding the fence. I felt like he wanted there to be like all this peace and love and joy without really understanding like the hard shit that was happening behind the scenes. When we all started this thing, we made a promise to each other that we would not allow this to break our friendships.
Yep.
We made a promise to each other that the minute it started getting crazy, we want to stick together. We even in the beginning started calling each other after tapings like, okay, bitch, look, that they trying to, and you know what they trying to, but let's, you know what I mean? I did feel like that stopped, and I don't feel like you and I really had issues in season one. We did not have any issues in season one. I think where things started with me and you personally, right? Because we could say a lot of things about everybody else,
because
but these people aren't here to defend themselves.
Right.
It is what it is,
but
right?
there was other
But
energies.
you knew the Selena thing was, and I learned, just truth, to be completely transparent with you, I learned that they didn't want me and Selena to be friends in this show because I got an email that I was not supposed to get from production by accident. Iyanla's team reached out and was like, hey, like after season one, one of the PR people from the network, and be clear, it was never the network it wasn't the network.
I know, it wasn't the network.
It was the producer partners, right?
I'm very clear.
The network was like, oh, this could be great in the off season.
Right.
After season one, let's have a conversation about how we can fix and get back on track. And the emails paraphrasing was basically, we don't want Nicci and Selena to fix their relationship right now, basically. So this should be a hard pass. So I knew at the end of season one, and did not share this, that they didn't want us to be friends. And then there was an article that came out. R&B Divas looking to replace Nicci Gilbert. They say she's a terror to work with. She's they're gonna replace her with Kelly Brown. So I'm getting like all of this like foul press when I am trying to make sure that there's not too much liquor on set, because someone came to me, which I'm not gonna throw under the bus, but this is someone we still super cool with, in tears, a behind the scenes production person.
Wow.
Came to me in tears and said, I just want you to know that I'm very uncomfortable with some of the things I'm being asked to do. They're saying that certain people aren't even interesting unless they're drunk or high. So I'm dealing with the reality that we all promised each other. I promised y'all, because I asked y'all to do this, that I'm not gonna let it go sideways.
So ladies, we wanted to ask you how you got to this process. Did any of you have any reservations about doing a reality show?
I definitely had reservations about doing a reality show. I had been working on a few different ideas and pilots and stuff, and I kind of prayed that if it's not the right thing, then God, please don't let it happen. So the ones that didn't come through, didn't come through for that reason, because God said it wasn't time. But when this project came along, my friend Nicci had an idea to do an ensemble show with female R&B singers. I just thought it was a great vehicle to be a part of.
So what eventually convinced any of you to do the reality show?
I would have to say that I did a lot of begging. No, I was just like, no, actually, it was real organic. It was very like pick up the phone. It wasn't go through managers and agents and all of that stuff. It was very like pick up the phone. Hey, girl, you see what's out there. We're not trying to necessarily do that, but we definitely want to showcase women who are building their brands, who have incredible gifts and talents, who are wives, who are mothers, who are positive role models.
So I'm fighting with them. Right. They in turn realize I'm trying to be the leader of the pack or whatever the hell, which I'm just trying to be a friend to my sisters. So then they start manipulating my image and my narrative by saying I'm this horrible, terrible person. TV One, thank God, issued a statement saying they have a great working relationship with me, but we had to like legally, like I was going through all of this.
I had no idea, Nick.
Crazy shit behind the scenes.
I had no idea. And I think that's what happened. If you'd have said, Mo, this, you shut down.
Exactly, because it was just, what do you do? Like what, at this point.
Did you feel like it was gonna compromise the integrity?
I was not gonna come back for season 2.
Damn.
Because after I saw that, I'm like, oh, they don't never want us to be friends. So let me just take a step back because I'm super passionate. I see the picture that we're trying to paint. After season 1, I wasn't gonna come back. I was told that if I did not basically return, then there was a question about whether or not the show was coming back.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, I need to have a conversation with everybody involved. So, there was a certain producer.
Okay, right, oh wow, okay.
Had issues with everybody.
Yeah, right.
And because I was trying to defend everybody, I'm always, and your affectionate term for me was misfit defender.
But that was lovingly, yeah.
Same thing with the Ayanla thing.
Exactly.
But I'm always trying to like help fix the problem. I flew to DC because I was not gonna do it.
Okay.
And the 2 leaders of the production company came and my management came and they sat across from me and they promised me he's not going to be there. You don't have to worry about blah, 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 blah.
And then Aaron was still there.
And we promise, Nicci, I promise you, we promise, everybody promised.
Everybody promised.
They took him out of the field, but they made him the head in LA. After I signed an agreement and decided to do it.
I see, yeah.
I told them that this was supposed to be about a tour. I told them then in that conversation, I said, the only thing I need is because this was originally going to be about us doing a tour. First season was about Whitney.
And Nicci wanted me to come on board and co-EP her show, which she wanted to be about us all going on tour together.
But the second season, we got to go out and make some money.
Right.
And my relationship with AP and Lou and all of them. And they were like, yeah, I'll finance the tour. This promoter is somebody who's going to make sure we get paid.
Right, it made sense.
You came up to the studio and we had conversations about making sure this tour happened. And the one thing that was said was, just if we keeping it real, this ain't about attacking nobody.
No, right.
The one thing that was said was, before the scene that started off the season, if me and Selena are like this, it could potentially turn physical, and I don't want to do that. And that's when you said to me, and this is where we started going here.
Okay.
That is when you said to me, she mushed me. And she was like, and see, it feels crazy because I'm not trying to make this feel messy.
Right, no. Like I felt like she was playing, but it was aggressive.
Well, I mushed you? Oh, you didn't mush me? Oh, no. I mushed you. Absolutely, of course I mushed you. I mushed Monifah.
But she did mush me.
When you told me that and paired it with this,
you felt like,
I was like, okay, me and her might really get into it because it's very Detroit, Chicago.
Yeah.
So when I felt the shift in our friendship and our sisterhood, Mo, was when, first of all, I did not know that there was something going on at her house. Nobody told me.
Well, you wasn't around.
Mo's coming, Kiki. Nicci, did you call Nicci? Is she coming tonight? Yeah, I called her. Okay, ain't pick up the phone. What is it with y'all? It's fraudulent. Why? Like,
we sat in a coffee shop for about 2.5 hours.
They did that, so you're already annoyed.
Sat in a coffee shop for all these hours. I was like, I gotta go. And I'm like, what is going on? Where am I going? Because remember, they stopped telling me because Norma Desmond is gonna get up. Thank you. That's another. You talking about me naming you a Yanla? You have 50 names.
No, only 2. I called us both. First of all, I think we're both misfit defenders. But that's why I called. I was like, you're a misfit, just like me. But yes, Norma Desmond.
So I'm gonna leave. So they didn't tell me where I was going. I had no idea what was happening.
All the production.
And this is the first episode of the season, and then I get there and there's no seat for me, and the food is already eaten, and I'm like, they tell me when I pull up, like, oh, you're at Selena's house.
The doorbell rings. I know this is not Nicci.
But who is it? Who is it? Well, I'll be a lie. Hey, girl, you can. Look at you, the buggy down trying to come in. Hi, baby. Oh, Lord. Hi. Right on time for my announcement. Oh, my God. Let me out here. What? Come on. I said. Hi, Selena. Thank you for inviting me to your home. It's like, do I have a chair? Why don't you just stand and listen? There's chairs over there. Oh, okay. That's not going to get you tall. When you invite someone to your home for dinner, there should be a place for them to sit. So, right then and there, I know it was indeed a half-ass invitation.
And I swear to God, like, I did not know. Like, of course, I don't even think that shit was planned. I think, like, because I didn't know. I just knew we were going to come and talk about the tour. I came there to talk about a tour so we could all fucking sit and talk about what they had. You could get a clear understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because that was to me, that was the shit that was...
Well, that was created because, again, I sat with the people before we even started the season.
Right.
And said, I already have the promoter that I know all of us would love to work with lined up.
Right. And then Salisha had somebody else.
It was a bigger opportunity for, not like no shade, but like, it was a much bigger opportunity for us.
Let's go. I brought to them the concept of you guys touring. Because I know you guys talked about it before.
But I'm gonna keep it on. When I say we, I'm gonna say we collectively. We didn't know anything because you weren't talking. I know I didn't. I'm talking about me. I didn't know what the hell was going on from your end because you stopped talking to me. I understand why you're telling me why now, but you stopped talking. I don't know if that was because of legalities. Because
what happened was
you felt like you couldn't trust me anymore.
Well, honestly, I didn't know who to trust. So I was like, the best way to do it is to just keep it here until we get ready to do whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I stopped pretty much talking to everybody.
You did.
First of all, they brought up the tour intentionally to agitate me because you bringing up a tour.
Correct.
You bringing up spot dates or tour whatever when everybody involved knew that we had a potential for something huge, right?
But we didn't know that.
But I didn't have the opportunity to bring it up because this was the first episode.
Okay.
And I had realized that even the conversations we was having off camera, there was still gonna be somebody in somebody's ear switching something up. And I remember like it was yesterday when we sat there and I'm like, okay, I don't even know why I'm here. And Salisha says, I have an announcement. I have a tour. Imagine what that's like. Because at the end of season 1, we wrapped the season by saying, Faith said, well, Nicci always wanted to do a tour, so let's talk about this tour thing together.
You looked amazing. You sounded amazing.
Did I? I was rocking Carvana last night, darling.
So you owned it.
Well, you know what? One of the first things that I could think of in my mind was this would be an awesome tour. After that performance that we had at Essence, it's a no-brainer that we would be awesome on a tour together. The audience loved us. We had an awesome time. What else more do we need?
But, you know, she was talking about that in the first place anyway.
What do you think, Nicci? What would you think about?
You came to me with that whole idea when we were even talking about the charity album. She told me about this like
I thought we had all kind of discussed that at some point.
Faith said, well, Nicci always wanted to do a tour, so let's talk about this tour thing together. So if me and Faith technically are the people who are the EPs on the show, I feel like we should definitely be involved in any tour conversations that Selena and Salisha are having.
Correct.
To present it to me on camera.
Yeah.
Let's go. I brought to them the concept of you guys touring. Because I know you guys talked about it before. Mm-hmm. So I brought it to the booking agents. They loved the idea. They asked you guys to go on tour. I think it's an amazing idea. Finally, the announcement comes. A tour. What a great idea. It's still very early. Right. But they're ready to jump on it now.
I love the Divas, but I don't want to go on tour with them.
Okay, so I got an idea too. So I'm talking to AEG Live Nation, and I'll be in London in a few weeks, so that's another tour possibility. Come on, bitch. Well, that would be these are great options to go on the table. That's what I'm saying. One comes up with the most money and the most perks, but even with oh, well, the AEGs and the CCGs, we're going to do a tour overseas. So you tried to steal the shine from the moment with your foolery. What's wrong? If you guys can go take this overseas, things of that nature, it's huge. I think it'll be awesome. That'd be dope.
It looks crazy for me to be like, well, I have a tour too. So then that's the big issue because they knew I had already talked to them about a tour. So you've obviously told them to say, hey, you announce your tour. right?
Gotcha.
And that wasn't the issue, because I agree, there is a way to work together to bring the best of both worlds. We all know that the company they were talking about and the company that I was talking about are like
night and day.
Night and day,
Yeah.
right? One company has the capacity
to move one way,
and one is great.
More
but
grassroots.
Let's figure it out. But the issue was when I said, as long as we're not mushing people and pushing people.
As long as it doesn't include, outbursts and pushing people and mushing people and cussing people out, absolutely.
Well, since we've never done that, I think that when have I done that?
You have.
When?
Well,
I mushed you? Oh, I
you didn't mush me. Oh, no.
I mushed you.
Absolutely, of course
I
you didn't
mushed
mush
you.
me.
I jumped
Are
on
we
the
doing
cycle. I ain't even. I mushed Monifah.
And I felt breached. That was the only thing. That was personal between me and you.
It was obvious that you felt breached because you didn't really respond like
you thought I should have. I was like, well, I said you did mush me. You
but
did.
You set me up for the question.
No, I didn't. What?
You said.
What did I say?
The question is,
okay,
we're talking about this tour.
Can we work together?
Can we all work together and get along?
You know I was
if
not
you
thinking.
lob the question to me.
In theory, an awesome idea. I think it's a no-brainer. I do have some reservations, and I do have a question to ask. Can we work together? If we went together, we are all separate artists, absolutely, right? Before we step on the road, can really move together? Could this unit actually move together? I'm not so sure about that. But once the business is taken care of, together without
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I can coexist anyway.
Right.
So that's
that's how I roll. I wanted to keep it real and say, can we work together? Because I know that Selena and Nicci are having a rough time right now.
I can't. Well, yeah, sure we can. No problems at all here. Even though you're mushing and pushing, motherfuckers, we can.
But we had already
But
moved
you
past
asked
that.
me. You asked me.
I meant work together because y'all were killing me at that point.
But there was nothing that I said out of pocket. I walk into your house.
Right.
The food is gone. You don't even offer me a seat. You tell me, go get a chair over there.
Yeah, that was what it was.
I walk into your house and there's no Satan at the door. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't prepared for any of that.
My spiel. Look at Selena out, bitch.
So already I can feel the energy going leftward. Let me get my cross, because if he be for me, who can be against me? Satan cannot come against me in my own house. Let's go.
And the reason I came in that way is because you set me up by not telling me where I was going until I got to the front door. And it was like, you can go if you want to, but so I'm like, okay, let me go in here and be a team player. I'm already knowing that it's going to be some stuff. So I'm coming into a scene.
Again, it's
I've never been
fishbowl.
to her house.
It's fishbowl, yeah.
And it was a setup. And then for her to react just because I didn't jump up in her face and be like, long as you not, I didn't do any of that. I said, as long as it's not happening. And then she's grabbing crosses and Kiki got to stop her and it's get the fuck out of my house and and my friend.
You got enough in my face after cocktails.
Okay, now the Lord has to come out.
Yeah, all right, look out.
Because you're fraud. May I? On that note, as who says? Martin Lawrence says.
No, today.
Get to 7. You can get out my house. Because if you don't come in this mother.
Wait. I'm a Desmond, bitch, because I didn't want to come in first.
I never step all the way out the door. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. And don't let the door hit you. Where the good Lord split you.
And you really think we can go on the road?
Oh my God. I ain't going on tour with these hoes. Hell no.
No. Bitch.
Oh, come on, y'all.
Suck 10 bags of on your ass.
As far as my relationship with Selena Johnson is concerned, it's a wrap.
When I realized that my friend
it was a build-up,
stayed there, and there was no I felt like you left me kind of out there and I was defending you.
But I didn't need you to, this is what I'm saying. I got you. I hear you. You felt like I left you. That's where it started, but that's not, that was kind of for me where it was that was the separation, right? Because I felt breached. I did not have any information. I did not know what was going on from you. It was all from other people.
Right.
I don't understand what y'all issue is. Why she's being crazy in my mind, and I may have said this, you know, like this is weird. Like, what is she doing? Is this on purpose? Is she down with the production? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about with my Libra. You know what I'm saying? Like, is she? Well, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had already felt abandoned by you. I did. I felt left out. I felt like you shut me off. You did shut down because of the stuff that you were going through that I did not know about. That I understand now that you probably weren't privy, didn't want to disrupt the ecosystem. So
well, I realized I didn't have any power.
I got it now.
I was fighting an article every week about how terrible I was.
You were fighting how they would put
and not one person spoke up on my behalf except Faith during that process, even in season 1. So I felt abandoned the same way you felt left out. What I felt like at that moment was, I walked into a setup, you participated in the setup.
Wow.
Because that set the tone for the entire season. That big argument between Selena and I, her kicking me out of her house, right?
Which was a choice she made.
Because
that's not what it was about for me.
But there was no support from my friends to say that's foul for you to have kicked her out of your house. Like, the way it went down was crazy. And it wasn't really even about defending you. It was just about, if we're gonna be honest and transparent, let's tell the truth. Like, you know, we can't go on the road if you're gonna get physical with people. And it might be nothing to you, but if somebody mushes me, one of us is going to jail.
Really, Nicki?
Like, if a grown adult person walks up to me and does that to me.
No, that's not what, it wasn't this, it was that. We were sitting down, we were in an interview,
Being mushed is when somebody's like, you better best, ain't nobody gonna do that to me unless they want their head to get cracked off.
No matter what happens,
but
a person put
I know.
And that's why I'm like, I know
I get it.
It's crazy, but the person doing that would have definitely been a physical. Like, if somebody physically touches me in a way,
I spoke to it. I didn't like it, and I spoke to it at the time. I didn't feel like she was gonna be walking around mushing people and punching people in the face.
As many times as she stood up over me and got, if I responded,
I'm dead. You be quiet too. I'm dead. Shoot it. Well, before I die, dead. No, bitch. Would you play the $20,000 invoice? We're not doing that. On my workout DVD. You lying bitch. You're a hot mess, and your lips look like a baboon's ass. I'm not angry. I'm very, very calm, bitch. What you've done to these women is a sin, and there's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place for a bitch that causes division within other women. It is a special place for you. The truth is, you're the common denominator. Everybody knows that you're a hot mess. You're gonna look a mess with those black gums and all.
If I responded, and this is just, it feels extra messy, but I just have to say it. If I responded the same way, if both of us just stood up and
it would be crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because I was moving glasses off the table at that.
So if I stood up like, what's up, bah, 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 then it would have been that. It would have been production breaking us up, which is exactly what they wanted.
That wasn't gonna happen.
It wasn't gonna happen because I wasn't gonna go.
Yeah, but we were already at a place, is what I'm saying, Nicki. With the breakdown that already happened, you shut down.
I wasn't going to come back. I didn't feel like I needed to tell y'all I'm not coming back because these people are trying to destroy my reputation.
I'm talking about before this started immediately in first season. They started fucking with you.
You said it. They started fucking with me, but nobody spoke up and had my back in that. Nobody defended me.
But we didn't know. I didn't know. I'm not gonna say we.
Y'all weren't reading the press?
Really, Nicki? It was Nicki. You had already shut down. You were already being different based on your stresses. You were already being different, sis. Like, I'm not. You were Do you remember when they did the baseball thing and I was like, where the fuck was you afraid? Y'all gonna have us looking crazy? Do you remember that? That was season 1.
There's a lot of like me shutting down and not being there for you and for y'all. But nobody asked me the question. Nobody reached out to me and said,
Nicki,
what's happening? Is there something else going on? And it ain't no secret that I'm getting ripped to shreds in the press every single week.
Even in the first season?
Oh, it was the first season that they said they were gonna fire me because I was a terror to work with. And TV One put out a press release saying that is not true. So to not hear from people that I like, because for me it was like, this was for us. This wasn't about me. It was never about me. But the picture that was being painted was that I was just this all about me, controlling, evil person who was intentionally trying to hurt other people, which is crazy as fuck to me.
I'm not angry. I'm very, very calm, bitch. What you've done to these women is a sin, and there's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place for a bitch that causes division within other women. It is a special place for you.
When you did not relate to me, Mo, me and you.
Why do I have to tell you what?
Tell me why?
What the whole general public knows about me or thinks about me.
You had already shut me down with the Selena thing because I was trying to find out what the fuck is the Selena thing about. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember.
You was like, I just feel what it is. Right.
What some of the issues may be that would get in the way of the tour.
For me, the issue that would get in the way of the tour is if someone physically, aggressively came in my face, like she's done to Monifah, like she's done to other people. I'm just saying what it is.
It ain't no clarification. It ain't no clarification here.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar.
You're lying. Okay, let me say this.
And it's not just that incident.
It's not that at all.
It's not just
It's not even that at all.
Because anything else
It's not that at all. It is not.
It's a lie.
Yes. Run them out.
You are a liar.
It's going on.
And I'm sad for you inside. You into it with life.
Hallelujah. Let it stay there.
I think that everybody needs to do their own singular woman to woman healing, and then it'll be all right. You're bananas, man. If we are in someone's we'll be all right.
You told me, you said what you said. It's already
right.
You had you had already shut me out. You had already shut me out, Nick.
Because I understood you had a relationship with Selena.
I didn't begin that relationship, did not start until after that fucking time at her house. When I thought what it looked like was like you came in there like on some bullshit. And when I say bullshit, with the tour, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole, I was like, why we can't just talk about it?
I was literally
you were there for that. No, I know,
it.
but nobody knew it was gonna go left like that. Then you mentioned things that I was like, what are we talking about? Can we work together? I was talking about, can y'all work together?
But remember, in season 1, we had several private conversations.
I remember
about the problems that we had, right?
I felt like you was trying to get me to dislike her.
I was not. How?
That's how I felt.
How though?
I just felt like it was like you weren't trying to fix it.
I wasn't trying to fix my relationship with her.
It was. I was like, what happened so bad? Like this is before it got, you know.
Honestly, I'm talking to you two because I've been in the middle on this side, both of y'all doing this, and I see both of y'all.
But we're just not friends.
That's fine. Y'all don't gotta be friends, but what I want y'all to do is you do your self work.
What's the big deal? Why y'all not being friends?
I have a problem with her hostility. Trying to make it seem like, look, she's the person. It's her fault. That is what she's trying to do. I'm not an angel. I'm not an angel. That's not. I'm just asking a question.
I never said that I'm an angel. I'm not saying. I'm asking a question. I'm tired. No, I'm so tired of this.
So you don't know about the conversation that where she called and accused me of putting y'all on that bus?
Okay, so you have to remind me.
I get a call. Selena's like, how dare you put us on that bus? And the ladies are super mad at you. They pissed because you put them on a bus and you didn't care and you're supposed to be an EP and you were. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about a bus with no air conditioning. And Kiki just had her baby and how dare you do that? So we got into it. Like it was a very vicious, horrible, because I'm like, at that point it was just poke.
Okay, so there it is. I don't remember that phone call.
I went off. Like,
don't
call me with this bullshit. I'm only flew because that is in my contract. I did not know they were putting y'all on a hot bus that broke down and like all of this stuff.
It did break down. Did it break down?
Wait a minute, something happened, right? Yeah, it was stuff that was happening. But we know now it was all probably happening because it made everything more interesting to set it up to happen. And let's put it on her. I wasn't even gonna come to the drag show. I wasn't not gonna come because I didn't want to go and support the element, because I knew it was a setup. I knew it was another opportunity for me to look like I was just being cruel and mean and hateful to y'all. And that is the reason. That's why I was Norma Desmond. I'm gonna take the dramatic exit.
Norma Desmond, bitch, because I didn't want to come in first.
I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna get up. I'm not gonna do it because I know it's not gonna age well. And I know that right now we in a heated moment, but I'm not gonna be on TV rolling around with Selena. And every single time, because they understood that we were yin and yang, there was always something. They were telling her, I knew when I read the paper, they didn't mean for us to be friends. There was nothing to fix. No, don't go sit down and try to fix your problems. So for me, it felt like, you keep trying to make me friends with someone, and I told you this in the park, don't try to heal that relationship. I'm not prepared to address that right now. I know how to navigate it. I'm not gonna fight anybody, but I'm not going to pretend like everything is okay if it's not.
You mentioned that I need to look in the mirror and deal with. You heard me just pick you up. That's what you heard. So Ayala over here, no, don't do that. I'm not doing enough work. A friend of my enemy is an enemy of mine.
And when you asked me, can we tour together in that first episode of season 2, I have two choices. To say, yeah, we can, no problem, which is a lie. Or to say, as long as we're not pushing and mushing people. In a bigger issue mode, like it wasn't even like throughout the season, it was a thing. It was, I kind of understood where it was. I really felt like there was a divide. I felt like it wasn't anything I could really say to fix the issues, because I wasn't in control of like what they were doing behind the scenes. Like I wasn't in control of how they were setting me up to fail. And I felt like my friends didn't care. So at that point, it's like, what's the point of continuing? It was very surface and very like, yeah, you know, whatever. And then when we went forward and tried to set the tour up, and they went and they put a press release out.
I remember that.
And the press release had all of us listed selling the tour, and actually sent it to the promoter.
I remember
that was going to promote our tour. So the middleman was sending to the person that I had a direct relationship with a proposal to do the tour. And it was like, Faith was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing no tour. See, that was enough. That was a lot. So that whole real business opportunity for us completely went away because of the underhanded side deal stuff. And it was just so toxic. The whole thing just became so toxic. I just wanted out. But the moment for me that made me feel like, I don't know where our relationship and our sisterhood is, right? There were a couple that were actually after season 2, right? The last day of filming season 2, when Rocky pulled the gun out on my husband.
Okay.
The image I have is you in the backseat when the police were on their way, saying, go, 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 Rocky. I hear it and I see it and I replay it in my head. Like, why was Mo in the car with Rocky saying, go, 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 leave Rocky, go? Maybe it was because you didn't want nobody to have to talk to the police. Maybe it was because you were trying to defuse the situation. But for a person to pull a gun on my husband.
I don't even think I had that information at that point.
You didn't know the gun was pulled?
I wasn't there. I didn't.
You were outside when they was pushing Lenny to the car.
I didn't physically see a gun. I didn't know that it was a gun. I
walked up to him. He had a gun in his hand. Like, I will have to shoot him. And what's crazy is what led up to the incident.
Let me get this right. Nicci came to you and the rest of the divas and asked you guys to perform on a show for her.
And disguised it as a charity and said that she would close and she wanted us to do it for free.
You can't say no to a charity, but
it's a charity.
No, the hell with the charity.
I'm just saying what we just trying to take what we did. I think that the charity idea is brilliant. For me, it's a little fraudulent. I just think it's kind of an excuse to be able to put on a show when this is something that not only me and Salisha tried to do, but also Angie tried to do. The tour was terrible coming from us, and you blocked it. You tried to block it. Like, you were just a demon this whole time, and then you turn around and be like, oh, it's the kumbaya moment. Oh, okay, yeah, I like everybody. We're all good. Everybody's okay.
I think that this is just a great way to say, hey, everybody, I got y'all. Y'all didn't do that damn tour, but I'm going to get you to do my show. And we need you to do the right thing. Charity. Well, I got a charity for all y'all, too. My problem is we have some type of control issues going on with Nicci.
Absolutely.
The issue with Selena and I, that's not really an issue for me because I understood kind of where our relationship was. Me and you have been friends for longer. Me and you and Faith, and that night when that whole thing went down with Selena and I just felt like there was this, Nicci doesn't want to do a tour. She just wants to control everything. She wants to whatever. I just felt like there were so many opportunities because we saw you as Iyanla, because we saw you as a neutral person. I felt like there were so many opportunities for you to I don't know, I felt like maybe you just were like, that's just how Selena is, so just, Nicci, you just have to adjust and deal with it.
A lot of the stuff, I didn't recall that there was a phone call that y'all had about the bus. I don't remember, stuff like that. For me, it doesn't, I may have known at the time. Like I said, in the beginning, me getting to know her, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see
And
what you're
I don't
saying.
feel like I'm ragging on Selena.
No, it's not. We all were having our own, I was like, okay, because I had to check me. I was like, let me give this another opportunity. Because I like her, she funny, you know what I'm saying? She was annoying. She was annoying at first. There were things that just, even in Soul Kittens, it was cool. Again, we had another fishbowl. I'm like, but what was so bad that we couldn't get, I was trying.
But that was not going to be able to happen.
Because
they did not want us to have. They probably said to her that there were things I either said or did. I'm sure that there were things in her ear, they were in her, like Angie said when she and I sat down, they were in everybody's ear, right?
Always people in our ears.
Our ears.
That were trying to distract us from the ultimate goal.
Yes,
I'm just letting you know that I apologized affectionately to you before a crowded room of people. Now I'm doing it before a crowded world of people. Why? Because when we are positioned to be manipulated and as a pawn and put in a position that actually hurts someone, we have to be intelligent enough to right that which is wrong. And I was used, unfortunately, in the wrong way, but I never meant to hurt you or anybody for that matter of fact, but especially you being the creator of the show, you being the person that gave us opportunity, you saying, hey, this is what it is, let us work together. And as a result, they squandered all of that beautiful sisterhood.
So we didn't stand a chance. So for me, it was just do the work.
I was trying to do it just because of what we was on, what we were on before we started the thing. I wasn't thinking about production. I'm like, we could control that. You know what I'm saying? We could control that narrative. I didn't know all the nuances.
But there were moments, Mo, when you had to know.
You left me.
And you made a conscious decision to work. I feel like I honestly just cannot, if I could keep it real with you.
Please.
For me, our friendship that was always about sisterhood, no matter what, whatever, let's do this, whatever, turned into, hey, this is business, and I don't know what she's doing, but I gotta protect my bag over here. It was crazy because I got a birthday call and wish from you on July 8th, and then the season 3 reunion special aired on 2 days later on July 10th. And I'm sitting there and Wendy said, do y'all miss Nicci? Kiki said, yeah, I miss Nicci, that was my girl. Yeah, I miss Nicci a lot. I love Nicci, blah, blah, blah. She asked Selena. Selena was even like, I miss how me and Nicci used to be. I miss how we were. When she asked you, you was like, and then Kiki said something to you about it. And you was like, I know how I'm feeling, you don't, da-da-da-da. And I was like, I found out with the whole world that we had a problem. I literally had 2 franchises on TV. And they stopped paying me. I lost my house. I'm watching y'all do. And then I see you do the season, and I was like,
I know
Mo. I called Mo. But you know this. You know I called you. But it was in the paper. It was in the blogs. It didn't come from me. Everybody was talking about it. People were ripping me to shreds about this lawsuit the minute it was filed. And nobody picked up the phone. And I remember calling you. I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember calling you before season 3 because in my spirit, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be a producer on season 3. I'm gonna put my producer hat on. I'm not gonna be on camera. People hate me anyway. It don't matter. And I remember I called you and I was like, Mo, for season 3, or maybe it was season 2, I was like, how do you feel about y'all should get married? Because we talked about you getting married. Y'all should get married on the show. You was like, I don't know. You know how Rez is. She a Libra. Let me talk to her. You had a wedding on the show and I didn't even get an invitation.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Did. I called you. Yes, don't do that.
When did I get an invitation?
Girl, I called you and Faith on the same day and I asked y'all, were y'all going to be able to come? And you told me no.
No.
And my heart broke.
I never talked to you about...
Yeah, you did. Rez was sitting right there. I was in the passenger seat of our car. I reached out to you. I didn't know it was like you losing. I didn't know you weren't getting paid. I didn't know the severity of what was happening. I thought you were just protecting yourself, like, and you just were in a whatever you were feeling, and it was all white people, Adam, and all of them. I know that they did some bullshit because I told them when they tried that shit with Brandy and Kiki at the Cavado shit, I was like, that was fucked up. And if you had tried it with my family, I'd have punched you in the face. Y'all don't have to do anything like that. First of all, that's a child. And I was like, we're 5 women that are strong personalities and have shit going on. You don't have to make nothing up. There's no reason for you to do that. You understand what I'm saying? I understood that what they tried. I was just like, I said, well, if they're clear about what they aren't supposed to do and with you, I was just a cast member though. I'm not in the way like you were. This is your baby. And you were in the way. You were getting you had a whole nother set of stressors and responsibilities that I know you were navigating and didn't understand. And I'm trying to figure out why you're not talking to me. And I felt left out. And when I say left out, I mean abandoned, shut down from early. It started early.
Like you said, you were aware of certain things. Like, like, how dare you? Like, that's sexual misconduct to ask my daughter to do something as disrespectful as you asked.
That was crazy.
And everybody was aware of that.
Yes.
And it was just very like,
nobody
ever came to me to check and be like, are you okay? Nobody ever one time except Faith.
Okay.
And honestly, Kiki.
Okay.
I didn't get it from you. I didn't get it from Selena.
Around that time? No.
I never got a "Are you okay?
Is
everything okay?"
You had to at some point.
I remember those moments, but I still don't understand, and I still have to ask, what was it that made you react that way when Wendy asked you? Because when Wendy asked you if you missed me and you responded the way you did, I was like, what?
That was her actually. I didn't want to.
Everybody already hated me enough.
I wasn't trying to make nobody hate you, like.
No, but you did. Because I distinctly remember going to social media and seeing people say, well, now she done pissed off Mo. Well, if she did something dirty to Mo, she ain't shit. Because you were one of the most beloved divas on the show because you were so light and because you were so, let's just stay neutral and do it positively. For Selena to say she misses me, and for Kiki to say and even Kiki responded like, what do you mean?
I didn't say anything.
But it made it look like I did something.
That wasn't my intention. My intention was just not to say anything because I was angry. I was angry. I was angry. And I was hurt. I was more hurt than angry because I really wasn't angry. I was like, where the fuck is my friend? And why is she not talking to me? Why is she acting an ass? Like, I felt like all of the situation with it was just a lot, Nicci. You became somebody different. Now that I'm here, you're telling me I can understand why, but you still weren't talking to me. And when I felt like when I tried, it was like, no. And you weren't giving me this information. Because you could have trusted me with this information.
That is the issue.
You didn't feel like you could.
I did not feel like I could trust you with the information because I felt like, well, when I walked in and I saw you sitting with my arch nemesis.
Really? Arch nemesis? This is what we doing?
Thornton.
I did not. Oh, Nicci,
And
the last time.
and it was very clear,
Your arch.
based on the mess of it all, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so
And the manipulation of it all, and we knew that there was manipulation happening. We knew because we talked about it.
I'm thinking production. I'm watching out for production and just making sure like they don't have me in no trick bag. I feel all of this was
No, it was a direct
within us.
attack on me.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, no one else was being attacked.
The way you were
But
showing
you're
up.
saying I'm not showing up for you. But I mean, I'm
Not
showing up to
for
do
me,
the
but
work.
you. I know, but you were going through all this stuff. It was coming out as this.
What happened with us is the disconnect between us personally, as far as our friendship is concerned goes, happened when I realized that you were becoming very close to someone that I had a lot of issues with.
Okay.
And it's impossible for me to trust you,
You know me.
if this person does not like me. And this person uses every opportunity that she and her sister and Phil and everybody who's on that side.
I didn't see it that way.
To say that I'm like trying to do some scam with a charity event, I'm like, is this what we're doing? Like, everybody knows the Center for Black Women's Wellness is a well-established organization. They've been around for years. Everybody knows these women deserve the opportunity to be treated nicely and to have great things happen. So to set me up and have Cole sit down, which you weren't even a part of the conversation she had with Angie, Latasha, and Rocky, where they were like, yeah, she's scamming, or sound like a scam to me, and they're eating me up.
It's not for kids, it's for women.
That's also it's a prom for women.
You gonna stick on prom? You gonna hold on prom?
Yeah, he's holding on to that. I don't like where it's headed.
I think it's headed straight.
Say it.
What? To Chuck E. Cheese.
Stop it.
Is this a high school event or what?
High school don't even do Chuck E. Cheese.
A damn grammar school. No, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You want to do a concert in a prom hall for women with real artists who sold millions of records. Is Barney gonna be there?
Oh, but I heard SpongeBob was making It's very sneaky to throw a charity in to get us all to come sing in our show together and for free. Very sneaky, sister.
And it's also something that's very fraudulent.
Or there are people that have been through the same thing you went through. They can help you get through it. And you can help others get through it.
And you're friends with this person, I'm not gonna go and be like, hey Mo, Selena and them eating me up, calling me a scammer and saying my charity event is this and that and the third, because you are friends with this person. So as long as I show up and do my work, I don't, and I honestly was looking for you to do a check-in, and I never felt it. I felt it from Faith, I felt it from Kiki.
I know her. And I know that the things that you said is some stuff that she just
But let me tell you
wouldn't
something.
do.
Y'all can poke holes at me all night about a decision
it ain't even about
that I will stand by until I close my eyes.
When it comes to someone that I love and respect, I got an issue with that.
I felt it from people behind the scenes. I felt like Mo was focused on Mo and Therese and your friend and the next level for y'all.
Sure, and congratulations on R&B Divas Atlanta.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Awesome. We showed the world everything, our engagement and our wedding. We shared it with the world. We thought it was very necessary.
So when the Wendy Williams thing happened, and then probably the most hurtful of all, this is after the season wraps. I did an interview with Lenny. I talked even still about I'm not gonna let them fuck up our relationships that way. I love everybody involved. I wish everybody the best.
I'm sorry that things have gotten raveled and out of control with R&B Divas, but unfortunately, the lesson learned.
Lessons. And I want
learned.
to go on record and say tonight on your show, I love you, Selena Johnson. I love you, Monifah Carter. I love you, Kiki Wyatt. I love you, Angie Stone. I love you, Faith Evans. I love you, Kelly Price. Any woman associated with this brand, I love them dearly. And I know that there are great things in store. And just because it didn't work for me or Kelly or Faith or whatever, it doesn't mean that it can't work and it can't get back to what we had in season 1.
At the end of the day, Don't we want kind of someone who got to keep it real with us as opposed to giving us a flim-flam situation?
I mean, you know, and that's the thing. Like, I'm a very say it like you mean it person. And the crazy thing about our situation is we had all been friends long before. I mean, these are like 10, 15-year friendships, and we never had what we've had in the one season of R&B Divas. So I think, yeah, it'd be great to have people who tell you like it is and tell the truth. But if you misinterpreted it for whatever reason and certain things are left out and, you know, you get half sentences, then, you know, that could turn bad.
I think the OJs said in their song, "For the love of money."
See, you know what? That hit the nail on the head. And there was this era of everybody wondering what was going on with me because I wasn't on the show. But for some reason, while I'm going through all of this hell with these people, my name keeps coming up in interviews. And, well, it came up when Wendy Williams did the thing, and then it came up when you and Selena did an interview
With Lenny?
And somebody called me and was like, "Oh, you got ate up on the radio in New York." And I'm like, "Ate up on the radio by whom?" Monifah and Selena. And I was like, "Ain't no way." And they sent me the clip.
New York and Chicago. I'm from here. I'm from New York, and Selena's from Chicago. It's, you know, there's a lot of similar sensibilities there. And the bottom line is Selena, you know, Selena for me, and I think that's why we can, you know, we're like we are, and we're friends. You know, we have a bond is because we have a lot of the same sensibilities and like I think approach to things in life and the heart. And I just think we're both real folk.
Yeah, you do see a different kind of vibe between both of you. And you also see the opposing kind of situation. And I think that has surfaced on quite a few episodes of R&B Divas Atlanta, just as much as R&B Divas LA. It's now, I don't know, again, I don't know what's staged. I don't know what is real, but it's been pretty interesting. And I thought the initial concept, if I understood Nicci Gilbert to explain it to me the right way, was that the whole purpose of it was to bring some wonderful ladies of music together, all for a tour. And
that was the original purpose?
That's what I believe. All for a tour.
That's what she said when she was here.
Yeah. All for
episode 1.
But you know, she was talking about that in the first place anyway. What do you think, Nicci? What would you think about it? You came to me with that whole idea when we were even talking about the charity album. She told me about this like
I thought we had all kind of discussed that at some point. Season 1?
Season 1. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was a good concept. I mean, you know, to kind of bring all the ladies to kind of and bring them out.
The bottom line is that I think personalities got in the way, manipulation. It just did. It was just a whole bunch of stuff and feeding. It was just like planting seeds of destruction. You know, maybe not on purpose initially.
And like, I expect Selena to eat me up. Selena, well, Nicci go sink the boat. Like, we didn't have any money. We lost everything. Skip was like, here I go. Skip was like, I don't like the way they painted you on the show. I'm doing a show with SWV. I know it's tight.
It's okay.
Let me put some money in your pocket. You need a vacation. So host this thing. When Lenny said, yeah, Nicci's hosting our special. You were like, Nicci, yeah, I heard that. I'm the one from New York, blah, 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 blah. Selena was like, oh, Nicci gonna sink the boat. I was like, what?
I'm preparing to go to Jamaica.
Nice.
So,
but I'm still mad about that. I'm a New York artist and I'm not on that boat ride.
Boat ride? It's not a boat ride.
Oh, whatever it is. I ain't going. I know.
Nicci's on it.
Who? Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of boat ride is that? That's a sinking boat.
It's not a boat ride. It is not a boat ride. It's not a boat ride.
What kind of boat ride is that?
You said boat ride. That's like you're not even saying boat ride. Exactly.
What kind of boat ride?
No, it's not a boat ride. We're doing the Splash Fest in Montego Bay. It's a flight. Yes,
and we weren't invited.
Well, hold on. Don't shoot me.
If it was me, we'd be there.
Who are the people there?
Hold on.
Tell me who's the talent.
Well, it was organized by BLS. So this particular trip that's happening next week is going to have Nicci Gilbert. It's going to have actor Lance Gross. It's going to have Joe and the ladies of SWV.
Okay.
Should I throw shade or no?
No. You can't throw shade.
Okay. And he said, you talked about how y'all met.
Talked about who met?
You and Selena talked about how you met. And you were like, oh, we met in Detroit. I was doing this little theater thing. And I was like, really?
That is not, what? And we were all living in this house while we were doing this play in Detroit. But anyway, we would have these talks and we'd drink wine and be down.
I was doing this theater thing. Like, you blew it all off. And I was like,
Nikki,
where's this?
If that was in that moment, and I'm gonna listen. I'm sorry, baby. Don't make me cry. In that moment, there was the wedding. If I had any, I'm gonna apologize for that, because that's not how I feel about you. And even when I have any other, I have never blown it off. You could go and research any fucking interviews I've done, and I always uphold you. Now, I might have been being led or petty or because of what I was feeling at the time. Was very close to when me and Rez had gotten married. And I was angry. I was feeling the way I was feeling, and we weren't talking to each other. And
well, at that point, of course not, because I just watched you on Wendy Williams throw me under the bus.
But that wasn't me throwing you under the bus.
Well,
that wasn't.
Kiki saw it that way. I saw it that way, and even Selena was like, "Woo."
Quite honestly, all of those motherfuckers don't have what we have.
Which is why I'm like, rewind. What did I do?
Nikki,
anybody watching it noticed it.
Kiki was making it more. The fact that she even said something about it, I opted to not say anything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, you get that. Okay.
You left me. You didn't talk to me. You shut me out. I
going
didn't
through
know
hell.
like that. I didn't know that it was held this way. You sitting here.
Mo, you don't read the blog?
Not like that, girl. No.
Nigga, I'm in a case today.
I know that.
That I'm asked in a deposition about R&B divas and the fact that people don't like me because of this fucking show. Today. This shit is real life for me. Was not a TV show. And the fact that I created this shit with love and my fucking friends. No, you weren't there for me. And that's what I felt from you. I felt abandoned. Maybe you felt the same thing from me.
I did.
But there was never a moment where I felt like you stood up for me in the face of public scrutiny.
I felt like you lumped me in with everybody else.
Even when we weren't filming, I never got a call.
Well, life was happening, and
yeah,
and I was like, fuck it. I did have a fuck it. Like, you know what? I tried. I did. I felt like I tried. Nikki, I feel like you knew me enough. Like, even if you guys weren't friends, I could be cool with her, and you know what I'm saying? And you just.
But it wasn't, for me, it's not even about me and
but
her
that's
being
what you
friends.
just said. You
for me,
said
it
that.
wasn't even about us being friends. It wasn't about that because, again, Selena
but
is
trust
not
me
the
to
person
know that I would never.
had you and I had a different relationship.
Right.
We've been friends through ebb and
But I
flow,
know
your
how to-
highs, your lows, my highs, my low. We've been on the flow together, figuring it out.
Right, for
But
sure.
I don't have that relationship with her, and neither do you.
Right.
I feel like when the opportunity came for you to decide which side of the situation you were going to be on,
you felt
because
erratic.
I looked like I was losing at the time. You
It
chose
wasn't
to stand over
about.
here.
See, no, you felt erratic. I didn't know what you were going.
I need to hear the examples of how on
Dude, you
in
were
these scenes.
exploding on camera.
When?
You don't remember when we was at Faith House? It was a whole
At Faith's house.
When we was at Faith apartment.
The situation at Faith's apartment where we were all sitting around.
It was production.
Exactly. So if you know, that's a classic example of what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I said to production ahead of time, let's not do this whole drink thing. And Kiki even said, can we not do this now? Because it was a whole, let's sit Kiki in a circle and reprimand her for her choices. That was the ongoing thing. Yes, it was. And that's the sidebar conversations. So when the liquor, that was the one moment I was like, can we not just have these fucking drinks and just be able to have a sober conversation amongst friends? That wasn't blowing up. That was frustration with the fact that nobody realized what was happening. And what was and I'm not going to go and say this person came to me from production and said they're forcing us to feed y'all liquor. Right, but I shouldn't have to say that. If we're friends and you see something is happening and I'm acting a little distant.
And you also, it felt like you was coddling Kiki's bullshit. in my eyes as well. It was a lot of, I was like, what, this is full, like, you know, because we know Kiki is Kiki, right?
But we also know, you just said yourself, they asked my daughter to proposition, to put her, to do something inappropriate with her husband. The first opening scene of episode 1, she's in the studio, they asked somebody to go give her a letter.
Somebody had to tell me that's what happened,
but
though.
These things were actually happening.
I love you. I hope you feel
Hey,
the
and watch your
same.
timing.
Hey, Michael, this is for you.
And just be on it. I always keep you with me.
Hold on, Miss Thing, honey, y'all look close. Look close. Get your hand off of my man now. Y'all laughing, but I'm serious.
So if people are intentionally trying to provoke her because you know she's going to act a certain way, and I'm a producer seeing this happen, and I got other black women producers coming up to me behind the scenes saying, this is what's happening, I'm not going to come to cast and say, hey y'all, especially if I don't feel like I can trust you.
The mistrust happened once I leaned in to Selena when Nicci,
because that is not somebody I trusted.
But you never explained to me why, as your friend. Like, you never talked to me about it. And I thought you were being, like, I was like, I felt like you was
get back to her.
Really, Nicci?
Yes, really, Mo, really. Because
Nicci,
I didn't know
anything
you said yourself, you were already shifting because I wasn't communicating with you.
Right, but that
so
doesn't
if you're
mean
already shifting, you're going to shift back after I tell you what's going on with her? And then you and I had conversations about Selena. You and I talked about,
prior,
I told you
before
I'm uncomfortable with our interactions.
You did.
Me and Selena were cool. So if you knew already I was uncomfortable with her, I'm not expecting you to not be friends with her. I would never give no ultimatum like, you gonna either be cool with her, maybe you were feeling like y'all had more in common.
No, nigga, we were filming, I was getting to know her.
Right, which is why I was so shocked at how easy it was for you to just assume that it was about you. It wasn't about you. It was about the fact that you were cool with somebody. That's why I said the enemy.
A friend of my enemy is an enemy of mine.
I didn't know the things that she was doing, though.
You didn't know?
I did not know that. What was coming to me was like, I don't understand. You know, we were cool. I was here for this, and that. I was like, I don't know where the breakdown happened. Of course, if she's doing shit like making calls and doing shit like that, that's not going to be shared with me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't privy to
you were privy to what was in the press. Never once did I see, that is not my friend. Like, that's not what she meant. But imagine what it feels like, because you're my girl. Like, we cool as fuck.
I wasn't sure.
And you're not
Nicci,
checking
I
to
was
make
not
sure
sure.
I'm okay.
I wasn't sure.
If you called, you would have known.
Nicci, you was always all right. Anytime I spoke to you after that, I know I reached out to you, Nick. And not just about the wedding. Like, you were not featuring me, period.
Because I was in the middle of a litigation.
I did not.
And not being paid and being
I did not know all of that,
press.
those nuances. Now that you're telling me a lot of the things that you're saying, I get it. I didn't know, and I was talking about this years later, like, I don't know what she was dealing with. I didn't know, was she embarrassed to say this is what she did with the show? I know she was learning. I know that she was going through shit, but I didn't know to the severity.
No, because I was working so hard to protect y'all.
I did not know this. How
they
were you?
labeled me a problem and they wanted me out of it.
If you would have fucking said that, Nicci,
I was protecting my friends and they took my show, and nobody stood up for me.
Nobody knew that.
Okay.
Nobody knew that.
Did anybody ask? Y'all didn't know I was in a lawsuit? Y'all didn't know that I was getting torn apart?
But we didn't know why, right? I knew the lawsuit. I knew that you may, I didn't know if it was about you selling the show. I didn't know what.
No, I didn't sell anything. I just didn't know any better. I didn't know that I had to own it.
And I get that. But in that, you shut down. You started not trusting nobody, including me. Way before. It started with the bus. It started with the little things when it ended up always being, that's how we came up with the nickname Mills, because it was always me, Kiki, and Selena. And I'm like, where the fuck is Nicci? Where the fuck? Later for Faith.
Busted my ass trying to prevent horrible shit, like asking people to do inappropriate shit on camera.
But you know that nobody, did I ever do anything inappropriate on camera that you felt like was coaxed? You know nobody can make me do any foolishness. And there
were people who were not maybe as evolved or confident in their position as you, that were having those issues. And as a person who asked everybody to participate, as a person who imagine you bring all your friends together, you spend all your money shooting a sizzle reel,
I'm
you
like,
put
where
this
the
thing
fuck
together
are
and
you?
the whole thing happens. They moved me out, and they created this narrative that I was trying to be toxic and destroy opportunities for people. And you guys bought into the narrative for whatever
Okay,
reason.
I can say that. I can admit to that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because once you shut me out, or it felt like it was this, right? Regardless of the why, it's like that's what it started looking like, and that I did buy into it. I did. I have to admit that based on the hurt feelings, the disappointment, I'm feeling like, okay, she's trying to get me to, like, what is going on? Because I don't know what the issues were. You weren't telling me because you feeling like I'm
I felt like you were sleeping with the enemy.
I understand that you were dealing with some things that were way larger, above my pay grade, quite honestly. Because you were the creator of the show, because this was your baby, I just felt like you could have trusted me.
People manipulated friendships that have been years and years and years and years just fine. And it's not just me and you, it's everybody connected to the franchise. Women in R&B music who needed each other for a lot of reasons. A lot of opportunity for us to build something incredible.
Like, what made you not trust me to talk about it before it even got to you and Selena not being, you know what I'm saying?
Because I felt like the women in the cast, you, Selena, even Angie, I felt like the priority for y'all was, how do we make this tour happen?
Because that was the big dream, right?
For me, the issue was what has happened to this franchise, where this franchise is today. I saw it going there while I was in the midst of it. I saw into the future of what was going to happen, and I was fighting to save our friendships, and I was fighting to save.
I wish you would have done
so
that
much more than just the opportunity for tour.
Nicci, it would have made a big difference.
I was doing it in real time, and I was very clear. It couldn't have just been me coming to you saying, Mo, they're trying to basically destroy this franchise. Like, what they're doing, maybe not trying consciously, what they're trying to turn this into is going to destroy this franchise.
Right.
If I said that to you then, you wouldn't have received it, Mo. If I said to you then,
Okay.
and I don't believe you would have received it.
Why?
I don't believe anybody would have received it, because I think at that point you had already felt like I was tripping.
That is the case.
And I think at that point the public already felt that I was tripping.
Listen, in real time, if you had done that in real time, it could have made a difference.
Well, I was working real hard behind the scenes without bringing it to y'all. The network tried to do it. TV One busted their ass to try to fix it, but their hands were tied.
Yeah.
And I can't bring all that to y'all, because at the same time that I'm a friend, I'm still a EP of a fucking show. And just me bringing it to you is me bringing it to you as a friend. That's not business.
Right.
As a business, I can't go tell you all of the shit that happens. And that's why I coined the phrase, the whiz, the little man behind the curtain manipulating shit.
And maybe I didn't see.
No, y'all didn't, because nobody saw it. I was in the middle of it, and because I saw the man behind the curtain, before I could be seen as someone who knew what the fuck she was talking about, I had to be seen as a destructive force in this franchise.
That's the only way it was going to work for them.
Had to be painted in a very negative, toxic way in order for the public to not like me and for my group of friends to feel like I was trying to sabotage them. And it worked.
I didn't feel like you were trying to sabotage. I felt like unsure.
I was navigating, trying to protect y'all, trying to keep my job.
Okay.
Trying to.
And I believe you. I believe you.
And then when I reached out, like, let's try to fix it with Iyanla, because she's neutral and she's not gonna take anybody's side. She's just gonna fix the problem. And you were like, nope.
I did. I wasn't in the space.
You said no to Iyanla. You're in the backseat telling Rocky to roll out. You do the Wendy Williams thing. You keep saying I isolated you. I unplugged from that whole thing, and you were deep in it, Mo. You were deep in it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, they're talking about a spinoff from Mo and Therese," and I was like, "Oh, that might be explained."
Nobody ever talked about that with us, ever. We never talked about that.
I felt like you chose Think Factory.
Absolutely not. Where are we at? Is this fixable? Is this something that we can move forward from? Because I outside of you feeling like I abandoned you and I, turned on you, which there's still a lot more to unpack. I don't think that you see where you can appreciate my position. Definitely wasn't about another fucking show, no spinoff. It was about my friendship with you and feeling like I didn't know it. I was like, who the fuck is Nicci? What is happening? Like, and without knowing the severity of what you were dealing with. Now, beats later, I could appreciate it growing, kind of seeing things for what it is. I absolutely, before this conversation, I see things differently. I've grown, I've evolved. I know you have with all the shit that you've gone through. I've been through some things. Life has been lifing. Is this something that we can come back from? Because when we got in the room the other day, it was like, that's when I felt like, yo, I felt like my dog. Like I never had I never had like ill will towards you. I never wanted to see you hurt. I never disparaged you. I always held you up. Brilliant, talented, brought us together. Always. Now, 2 moments that I might have maybe didn't want you to feel that way or was feeling in my feelings and could have done better, I apologize for how it made you feel. And it felt like I left you hanging out there. And if I didn't hold you up because I leaned into some things because of the way I was in my life or where I was at or how I was viewing things, I apologize because I love you. And I never stopped loving you, ever. I just didn't know. I didn't know who Nicci was at a certain point, and it didn't feel safe. That's it. That's it. So those 2 moments where you felt publicly that I didn't hold you up, I want to tell you that I apologize for that Monifah, where Monifah was then, because it's definitely something that wouldn't happen now. That definitely wouldn't happen now. And to know that you were dealing with all the things like to the level of I did not know, and you having to deal with that as well. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry. I apologize for that wholeheartedly.
Thank you, Mom.
Is it something that we can move forward from with this understanding and where we are as women?
Well, that's the reason why I thought it would be important for us to come together for this Urban One Honors when the opportunity came up, because I realized that there were a lot of variables that contributed to why we are where we are here. And that's the reason I needed us to have this conversation, because I needed to be honest and tell you how I felt. And I'm glad you were honest and you told me how you feel.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of open wounds still from this R&B Divas thing, right? But I feel like
for me, this is the wound for me.
For me too, but I mean, not to make it just about us and understanding the bigger picture of it all.
For sure,
like, that's what it is. It's all of us together who built this thing.
For sure,
and I would love to see us have an opportunity to repair if nothing happens. Like, it's not even about like,
it's not about
what
touring.
the next thing
it's about
is
sisters.
that
It's about we need each other.
It's just life is life,
and we need each other.
I'm glad we had
can
a
we?
chance. So, you know.
Can we?
Yeah.
Toast to prosperity, good health.
Gathering my life together in a bag.
Truth.
Sisterhood.
Yay!